everybody, my name is Tanya and welcome to another Friday Reads. So in a stunning turn of events, which was expected by nobody, I have finished everything I talked about last week in Friday Reads, so I finished them. So hopefully this means that I am getting kind of my reading group back again, or who knows, because I've not really read all that much this week since, but I managed to clear my slate. So for a little while there I was reading nothing and I didn't have an immediate buddy read or something to pick up afterwards, so I had kind of free choice, and it was the most unusual experience because everything has been very dictated in my reading for quite some time. For all that I've had choice within it, a lot of the time I've got things planned out each month and I have a buddy read that I'm going into next, or I need to finish this book to get to that one. So having this power to choose was quite an alien and quite relaxing and lovely experience. And so with that boundless power of being able to choose exactly what I wanted to read next, I decided to pick up The Red House Mystery by A. Milne. And this, of course, I showed in my January Bookclub that went up earlier this week. I got this as a birthday gift from the lovely Jean from Jean Bookish Thoughts, and I was super excited to get to it, so I wanted to get to it sooner rather than later instead of having it sit on my shelf languishing there, because that's not very nice. But also I just really wanted to get to this. I'm not too far the way through. I'm on page 65 at the moment. This, as I spoke about in my haul, is a mystery story, a crime novel that was written by A. Milne, the author of Winnie the Pooh, kind of pre-Winnie the Pooh, and I am really, really enjoying it actually. So I'm really looking forward, now that it's the weekend, to curling up with this one and kind of blasting through the end of it, because I am really invested in the story. I am loving the way it's told, and the characters are making me chuckle, and I'm really interested to see who done it. And so that is number one priority over this weekend. I definitely want to devour this one now that I have some more free time. So having also finished my audiobook that I was listening to last week, I had free reign to choose a new audiobook. And so the book I chose to listen to, I also own a physical copy here, and that is North and South by Gaskell, which I have here in the gorgeous Penguin English Library edition. But as I said, I'm listening to an audio version that's narrated by Juliet Stevenson. And I decided to start this one after watching Alicia from Ex Libris's Books for Lovers video that she put up in honour of Valentine's Day. She did 2 videos, Books for Lovers, in which she talked about wonderful love stories, this included, and also a second video, Books for Haters, which was hilarious, and you should definitely go watch it, and I will have both of those videos linked down below. So I didn't really know all that much about this one going in, but it was something that I had wanted to read but didn't have any great priority for, so after hearing Alicia spoke about it, I decided why not now, and I'm really glad. I'm really, really enjoying this actually. I'm approaching halfway. I'm not quite halfway yet, but I am really, really engaged in the story, really, really enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to have to make some more listening time so I can continue the story over the weekend, because I am in the middle of quite an intense scene at the moment, at the end of my drive today, and I definitely want to see what happens next. So they're the 2 books that I'm currently reading at the moment, and again, I'm fairly free until March for any buddy reads or choices that I have to make. I will be participating in the Underhype Reads Readathon, which starts next Saturday on the 27th, so I will have a TBR out for that at some point. But in general, for now, I'm just kind of making my choices, so I'm hoping that I will be finishing The Red House Mystery very shortly, so I will pick something up after that. But something that I am hoping to pick up over the weekend is something that I got in the mail a couple of days ago, so spoiler alert for my next haul, whatever that happens to be. But something that I would like to read sooner rather than later is this little one, and that is We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I'm very late on the bandwagon for this one, but I decided to pick this up and to read this one in preparation for the Feminist Orchestra Book Club, which is starting in March. It's something that's been created by Jean from Jean Bookish Thoughts. Jean has done a couple of videos about this, and there is a Goodreads group for the Feminist Orchestra Book Club where we're going to discuss the books that we're reading each month, and I will link all of that down in the description. I would definitely consider myself a feminism noob. In general, feminism is not something that I have really had to think about much in my life. I think I've been very blessed in that I haven't suffered a lot of discrimination and sexism in my life personally. Like I have been very blessed, and therefore feminism is not something that I've thought about all that much. And of course, the general portrayal that you get in in the media is the really extreme cases that isn't exactly what Jean in this book club is all about. Instead, we're looking at equality for everybody, which is something I can definitely get on board with. And so there's been lots of discussion about which books are going to be in the book club. And this was mentioned as something that probably would be a really good starting place, as, something to read prior to going into things, and I thought, why not? I've heard a lot of things about this. I haven't watched the TED Talk that this is based on, but I'm thinking I'll start with the book and then maybe move on to the TED Talk after that. It's only a teeny tiny little thing and so gorgeous, so I thought I would do this as a little pre-reading for the book club. It's not a compulsory thing that you have to read before, but it was something we talked about, and I thought I would get on board with that. So I've not exactly considered myself a feminist in the past, if I'm being truly honest. Because, as I said, it's not something that's touched my life and a need for myself to feel and identify as feminist. But like I said, after hearing all the stories that friends have told, experiences that they've gone through, I can see that there definitely is a way to go. And I'm not saying that from a feminine view on equality only, but for everybody, there's definitely a lot of ways to go in this world. And something like this is bringing awareness and learning together and discussing together, I think can only be a positive thing. So I would definitely recommend joining the book club if any of that sounds interesting to you. And as I said, all of the details for that one will be linked down in the description. So these are the books that I have got on the go at the moment, and I'm hoping to move on to. Once I finish The Red House Mystery and We Should All Be Feminists, then we'll just see. I might be talking about something completely new again in my next Friday reads. Although, like I said, I don't know whether I'll have Friday reads next week because I think I will be putting out my TBR for the Underhype Reads Readathon. But so if you've read any of these ones, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, as always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!